to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free. Be free.
Welcome to another day of CRUSHIN COVID Daily. So good, so glad to have you here. Welcome. If you're new, throw new in the comments below. I am your one and only host for today. My name is Nathan Amaral. I am the host of the CRUSHIN COVID show on 30-day exclusive show just to give COVID its rightful place in our lives. That we are. What day are we on? We're on day 19. Yes, we're here. 19. We're almost done though. This CRUSHIN COVID Daily Show ends at the end of May. And by the way, we're doing a giveaway. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's right there at the bottom of the screen. It's your chance to win free real estate training, how to do real estate remotely from anywhere. And that is what we are all about, is doing virtual real estate. Years ago when I first started out in real estate, started off doing it locally in my backyard. I did it in like 2 different states, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And then I started like doing all kinds of stuff, marketing, business cards, door knockers, knocking on doors, door hangers, and all kinds of stuff, yard signs, bandit signs, all kinds of stuff. Today, we have an opportunity to do that much more efficiently through digital marketing, and now you're able to do it from anywhere. So currently, I am in Azores. If you don't know where that is, I'll show you in just a minute, because most people ask me, where is that? It's basically the Hawaii of Europe. So you know how you have Hawaii in, where is that? Western United States, right? You have Hawaii off the coast of California. Well, this is the Hawaii of Europe. And if I show you a mapo where that is, because it came up, it's interesting, it came up twice yesterday, and people were like, where is that? Where are you? And it's kind of interesting when people see my social media profiles, people always wonder like, oh wait, you live in Uganda? All right, so if you're over here somewhere in the United States, wherever you are, mostly in the United States, I know we have people watching. We have a big fan base over here in Uganda. I also live here in Uganda. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Here we go. One of my favorite places is right here. I want to show you one of my favorite places. Entebbe. Yep, keep going, Nate. Keep going, Nate. Keep going. Here we go. Right here. Protea Hotel. Right? It's my favorite. One of my favorite places. Let's look at it. Just look at it. Here we go. It's one of my favorite places. Can we get some pictures here, please, people? Can we get some pictures? There we go. There we go. There's one picture. Click. Click. Here we go. Yep. Click. Check it out. Yes. Protea Hotel. Beautiful place. Absolutely love it there. One of my favorite places. Okay, let's get back to the other stuff. Now I'm just daydreaming, right? So now I'm just daydreaming. And over here, let me kind of X out of that. So over here, as you can see, is where I live most of the time since 2018. Now you see this little heart? Do you know what this is right here? Look at this. Well, it's Chili's takeaway food, but right here is my office, right here at the Acacia Mall. That's where one of my offices is, right here. Okay, that's where another office is. It's actually above the shopping mall. All right, and look at that, Cafe Javas, Riders. Oh gosh, this just makes me miss, makes me miss home. So, all right, so we zoom out. Let's go back here. Let's zoom out, and then okay, then you can see Europe, and I know you should see the map that I have of all the countries that I've been to. I've been to over 30 countries, and I have a map of all the like cities I've been to. I'll probably show you that sometime. But here is some of the places that I've liked on Google Maps. It's not actually the places that I've been to. I should probably update it on Google Maps rather than that other piece of software that I use, because I'll be using Google Maps a lot more, obviously. And Google Maps tracks my history. So those are some places I've been in Europe. And then when I say I'm in Portugal, most people think I'm in Portugal over here next to Spain. That's where people mostly think I am. But actually, no. I'm off the coast in the Azores right here, these 9 little islands right here, as you can see. I got all these dots going on. But yeah, I'm right here in the main city of Punta Delgada. So you can see that right there is where I am at, right here. And I will bring you to, where's the gates of the city? This is like the iconic gates of the city. Just show you a few pictures here. Oh, looks like they were having a concert that day, but that is the iconic gates of the city. And maybe, there we go. That's a good picture, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so, great, fantastic. Fantastic. I was actually with a good friend today, and he mentioned how he is familiar with the show, which is nice, which is great. We got people from everywhere. And if you'd like to share where you're watching from today, post it in the comments below. Post it. Where are you watching from today? Where are you located today during this time? And how is COVID going for you? I hope you're getting out and about. We're actually just, how many days away? We are 6 days away from the shops opening back up, the restaurants opening back up. So excited for that. so we can kind of get back to life. Today, I was at the bank. I haven't been to the bank here, by the way. I typically, by the way, I have some exciting news I want to share with you. One of my clients is making $22,000. I want to share that with you in just a minute. So here in the bank, you have to kind of walk in and you have to pay things either by the ATM or walk in and stuff like that. So I had to go to the bank today, and I haven't done that in probably what 3 months now. We've been on lockdown for over 70 days. Yeah, 70 days. Absolutely insane. But we made it. We made it, and we're kicking. So here's what we got going on today. I got a lot to cover. I have only a limited amount of time, but I got a lot to cover, and I'm excited to share things with you. By the way, all right, so what should I cover first? Because today we're talking about what social media should you use for your real estate investing business. That is the topic. We're going to dive a little deeper, some granular stuff we're going to cover here. I'm going to show you some really good sites for information, and also because there's such an array, there's so many options for social media, I'm going to narrow it down for you, and hopefully this will give you some good insight along the way. The other thing I was going to mention to you was who I is. You wanted who I is. By the way, if you're new, if I didn't mention this yet, if you're new here and you haven't been here before, please put new in the comments below so I can say hello, would love to greet you and love to meet you. So my name is Nathan Amaral. I am the creator and founder of the Fearless Millionaire brand. And you can see that scrolling down in just below me here, right there. You can jump over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and you will get weekly videos about real estate investing training that you can get and start applying into your business. I love the comments and the feedback that we get on a regular basis, literally for daily basis of comments and emails of people saying how much it's helping them and helping them grow their business. And had a nice phone call. I had a few phone calls, one with a client yesterday, and then a few people that are just coming through our Clear the Fog program, of how much the not only our programs are helping them to clear the fog, but also the real estate training as well. So that's so great to hear, because those are my favorite things. And I'm going to tell you how one of my clients is making $22,000. So exciting for him. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so I'm the creator of the Fearless Millionaire, which is the #1 place for real estate investors to gain more clarity, confidence, and cash flow. If you are struggling with closing your first deal or getting into your second or third deal, maybe you just got stuck. Maybe you've closed a few deals, but you're just stuck and you can't figure out why you're not moving forward. Maybe you're the person that, like me years ago, who bought course after course after course after course and figured out that a lot of these people, gurus, are just trying to sell courses and not actually help you in your real estate business. That's what Fearless Millionaire is all about. We're just the opposite. We help you gain clarity first and narrow down the strategy that you should be investing in. Heck, we give our training away. And what we do is really focus on helping you narrow that down and get you focused on that particular niche. So we give you clarity, we help boost confidence by taking you through our program, and also pushing you, holding you accountable and pushing you to help you build confidence by getting you moving forward in your business. And the cash flow, where's my cha-ching sound? Where's my cha-ching? We need the cha-ching sound. Who's with me? Who's with me? I don't even know where my cha-ching sound is. I had a ching sound. You guys heard that last time, right? Go like ching ching, ching ching. Yeah, so my cha-ching sound's not working. Where's the manager? We need a manager. We need a manager here. Where's our manager? He needs to tell us, like, what's up. I got to do a software update. I can't get my cha-ching sound going on. So for now, why don't we just... What? He's just laughing at me. How about that one? You want to do that one? That's a horrible one. Was that even working? We gotta get our cha-ching sound working. This guy's just laughing at me. We need a manager on set because this isn't working. So that's where we are, guys. I'm really excited about today's Crushing COVID show, because we are going to talk about one of the most probably confusing topics out there. And I also have a little bit of backstory, and I'm going to share that with you also. North Carolina! Whoop, 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 whoop. North Carolina is here. Fantastic. Aisha, good to hear you that you're here. Welcome to the show. But North Carolina, guys, by the way, I have lived in so many different places, but if I was to live back in the United States, if I was to live back there, the place I would move back to is North Carolina. I love it. I absolutely love the Carolinas. Did you know there is over 100 waterfalls in North Carolina? Can you believe that? And unfortunately, I only started discovering them the last year I was there. Not even the last year. No. Because I lived there for 3 years and then I went back for another year. So a total of 4 years. And the last year I was there, what year is that? 2014, I think it was when I discovered there was over 100 waterfalls. And I only went to like, I don't know, 6 of them, I think. 7? I can't remember. I didn't count. I should have. But it is such a beautiful state. It's like one of my favorites. I love it. All right, so North Carolina. Give it up for the North Carolinians. I think that's what they call them, right? All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about which social media. You know, there is... Keisha's like, come on back. Yeah, nah. Not right now. No, can't do that. No, yeah, Keisha, one day when you come out here, when you come out to the island, we will we'll compare notes. All right, so guys, today I'm really excited about this show today. By the way, if you have any questions about what I'm about to talk about, it's really important for your business. We're going to create some major clarity in the business like right now. Right now, we're going to create major clarity because in the real estate business, on online marketing, digital space, social media, specifically social media, there are a plethora of options. All right, let's name them out. Right, let's name a few right now. We're gonna name a few right now. Right now, we're gonna name a few. I need like, oh wait, stop it, Nate. My producer's telling me stop. We have a birthday. I'm sorry. I apologize. Chris, happy birthday to you.
Guess what? It's your birthday.
Yeah, that's really, where's the...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I thought we were going to sing like a happy birthday song, right? I thought we were going to go like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Christian. Actually, it's Christian. So, Christian, happy birthday. I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. That's my brother, my Kenyan brother from another mother whose birthday is today. Bro, thanks so much for joining in and watching the show as well. Also, big happy birthday. I wish I was with you right now. I know you're having a blast. But yeah, so Christian is one of my very good friends and business partners over in Uganda. He's the guy. He's responsible. You blame him for getting me in the door to some of the top Ugandan companies to speak and train at. So it's been him. I've worked for Coca-Cola. I've been hired by Coca-Cola. I've been hired a lot. If I start mentioning these names, you're going to be like, who's that? So Jubilee Insurance. Let me see. You're probably like, it's a big insurance company. And Vodafone, I don't know if you know, Vodafone is like Verizon, but they're much bigger because they cover like 10 continents. They cover like 3 continents and hundreds, thousands of countries. No, I don't even know. They have a big footprint. So Vodafone and so many other companies. But Christian, thank you so much, buddy. I want to wish you the absolute best day today, and I'm so excited. Actually, Christian was actually supposed to be here right now, and 2 of my other good friends from the company were supposed to be here right now, but because of COVID, they had to cancel their plans. So hopefully in the very near future or in 2021, we'll have them out here, and that is going to be insane. I'll actually bring him on the show. Well, our next show, not the CRUSHIN COVID show, but the next show, he'll be involved. All right, I'm actually doing an interview in Uganda. I'm doing a Zoom interview. They're bringing me in. There's probably going to be like hundreds of people on that call because Christian's network is enormous. It's like thousands of people. Like, I'll give it to you this way, and then we'll jump into social media right now. When I walk down the street with Christian, okay, If we have a meeting like in 10 minutes and we're walking or going to a place, we just got a meeting, I can guarantee you we won't make it there in 10 minutes. Because when you walk down the street with Christian, he will, like, at least 10 people will come up to him and say, hey, Christian, what's going on? Hey, buddy, what about that thing? Yada, yada, yada. And it's like, dude, are we ever going to make it there? Like, because he's so popular. So many people know him. He's great at building relationships. And one thing I really appreciate about you, bro, is this. You've heard me tell me, we've talked about this before, but I'm going to tell everybody right now, is this. One thing I appreciate so much about Christian is his ability to tell stories in a presentation instantly. It reminds me of my good friend Dave Seymour, who could literally bust out a story and move people, capture people, and without them moving. I mean, people will avoid going to the bathroom just to listen to his stories. And he's so captivating, and it's really impressive. And I've learned a lot from him for doing that. So happy birthday, bro. And I'm so happy for you. All right, next, we are going to go into social media. There's a bunch, right? There's link. By the way, if you want to just chime in any questions you have at any time, throw them in the comments and I will get them answered a little bit later. I just want to cover what I'm about to cover. And while I'm sharing this, if you want to maybe make a comment of all the social medias you have, or if you think you have too many social media accounts, whatever, I would love to hear about it. Or even better, here's another question for you. I should probably only give you one question, but because right now I'm like mouthing off like 10. What social media are you using right now for your real estate investing business? What social media are you using right now for your real estate? That's a great question. All right, so let's do that. What you just put in the comments, what social media are you primarily using right now? Maybe like your number one, and we'll cover that. All right, so let's go. Okay, so I first am going to start off sharing my screen and introduce you to a company called CRUSHIN. And what CRUSHIN does, they're basically let me shut some of this off so we're not distracting, all right? So basically what they do is they are a company that is deeply rooted. They get hired, they're consultants and they're implementers, and they dive deep into, let me remove some of this, guys, sorry. They dive deep into, there we go, okay. Into data. They're great researchers and they know data because they consult with some big companies. So you've probably never heard of them before because these guys are consulting with larger companies. I could name a few like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and a whole bunch more. Okay, so just bigger companies, insurance companies, and all that. So let's kind of start from the top and work our way down, right? So we're looking at 42% of the world's population, which is going to be 3.2 billion people use social media. Let's start there, right? That's not even half the world is on social media. Okay, not even half yet. Think about that, guys. Not even half. And you know what's really cool about this is that this number grows every day. Okay, this number grows every day. That means if you are thinking about being remote or working virtually or making money online on the side of a side hustle, guess what? These numbers grow every day. And this is in every country, by the way. I know you're probably thinking like, oh, everybody in the United States must be on social media. No, not true. Not everybody in the United States has an email address. And then you have people who are in different countries, even in Europe, or even Russia, China, Africa, Europe. Did I say Europe? That's 2 times. That's because it's Europe. All over the world, not everyone is on social media. This doesn't mean it's an older population. It's also a younger population. We're talking about maybe even more kids are on social media and online more than some adults, right? Some people just stay away from it or they're just not there yet. But these numbers are going to grow. These numbers are going to grow. So imagine not even half the world is in population. So this number has grown. So that's a huge amount of people that are coming online every day. So I'm going to start breaking it down with which one is the biggest in regards to numbers, the most popular. And we're going to start off with Facebook and work our way down from there. Okay, so let's talk about, let me break down what demographics is first. Demographics is a breakdown of people and who they are is people. So what that means is like your demographic is going to be male, female, age, right? Does that make sense? It's more about who the person is as a person, right? Okay, so the demographics break it down that way. So right now, Facebook, as of 2020, and by the way, these are very accurate numbers. This post was originally first created in 2018 and updated with 2020 data. All right. Now look, Facebook is the #1 platform for adults. Okay, for adults, and let's dive into that. It has 2.45 billion monthly active users. That's monthly active users. Okay, and I believe Facebook breaks this down as active users. I believe they break it down as they signed in at least once in the month. I think that's, if I recall correctly, they sign at least, you have to define what that word active is. It's either once per month or once per week or something like that, that they've signed in and used their account. We could, that's a little granular, but you get the idea. Then the age of population. This is really important of people that use Facebook. So let's look at it. We have 18 to 29, 86%. Then we have 30 to 49, 77%. And then we have 50 to 65, 51%, and 34% of 65 plus. Okay, so your demographic is also age group, right? Is who is primarily using this. I want you to pay attention to this. This is really important, especially when you're selling real estate or buying real estate, whatever, you have to know your demographic of your target audience. For example, if you are going for leads that are divorced leads, right? Let's just say you're going after people who have been divorced and you're trying to work with sellers who have been divorced. Well, are you going to go after people that are like, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20? Not really. Most of those people are not married. You're going to hit a certain demographic. If you're going to go for people who have been, who are going through a divorce, and maybe if we would ask a poll of if we were to look up this research, what is the average age that people get divorced? Okay, great. This age, we have that number. Could be 30 plus, right? So then you want to just make that granular and get really down to where you would like post an ad or get data from, right? So those are the age of users. Now let's talk about income. Income is 85% of households with an annual income use Facebook. So that's 30,000. These are some big numbers, right? Then we have 86% of households with an annual income of 100,000 use Facebook. So what does this tell you? You notice how it says 85, 88, 81, 88, right? And the incomes are all over the place. What does that tell you? People with all levels of income are using Facebook on pretty much an 80%, as low as 81, to as high as pretty much almost 88 to 90, right? So you can see that the income really doesn't matter, okay? Now, gender, we have gender. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not showing my screen. I'm over here talking, flapping my lips, and not showing you my screens. I apologize. Great. So this is what sorry, going back just a little bit, this is the age groups, this is the households that I just mentioned, and here is the gender. Sorry, hold on, guys. I just need to change this around. Apologize. Okay, great. Okay, so that's the amount. Now here's the genders, right? We have 54% are female and 46 are male. So more females are using Facebook than males. All right, so maybe if you're looking for a target audience. Now those numbers are not too far away from each other, but just so you know, more females are using it. Now, time on average, 35 minutes a day on the platform. That's on average. Of course, there's some people who are on it much longer than that. The best way to know, especially with all smartphones these days, and I challenge you to do this, by the way, go into your screen time. Every new smartphone or the smartphone in the past few years has now what's called screen time, whether it's in the Samsung phone, an Android phone, or an Apple phone. Check out your screen time, because in your screen time, you'll be able to identify how much time you spend on each app. Love that feature. I used to use a software called Rescue Time, and it used to monitor my computer and my phone and how much time I spent on what. That's how granular I used to get it, so I can manage my time properly or appropriately, whatever you want to call it. And I would really limit myself. And now, thank God, this feature has come to telephones. I just saved, well, how much was that a year? Like $19 a year or something like that. Boom, savings. Now back to investing. All right, devices. Most people use Facebook on their mobile apps, on their mobile devices. Okay, that's pretty much. And otherwise, it's a laptop or desktop. All right, so most people are on their mobile. This is really important if you're running ads. If you're running ads, you want to make it mobile friendly. And by the way, I highly recommend that most of your ads, look, because we got 96%. Okay, 96%. And there's a mixed use of people, that some people who use it on their mobile will also use it on a laptop and desktop at 26%. So I would highly recommend, if you're running an ad, you should definitely make it mobile friendly. Okay, next, let's jump into Instagram. Now, if you didn't know this, I don't know how many years ago, but Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion, I think it was. So Facebook, no, I'm sorry, that was WhatsApp. I apologize. I don't know. I can't remember how much Facebook bought Instagram for, but Facebook also bought WhatsApp for $1 billion. I want to say that was 2016, if I remember correctly, or 2017. All right, let's dive into Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook. Is continuing to grow the user base. 1 billion people use Instagram every month, and it's up 800 million since 2018. Here's the demographics. 1 billion monthly active users. 500 million active daily users. I like how they break this one down. Active monthly, active daily. Here's the age group, guys. We have 65 plus is not using, so is Instagram. Notice these numbers now. 50 to 64 is 23%. 30 to 49, 47%. And 18 to 29, 67%. What does that tell you? The majority of the people that are using Instagram are a lot younger, okay? And this is actually, I can relate to this because honestly, I don't use Instagram that much. I really don't. I'm not that, I'm not saying I don't understand it, but, and I know there's some people who like really are all about it, but maybe it's just not my demographic. Maybe I feel like I can't, pull as much out of it. And I'm going to share with you how I narrowed down my social media. And this is actually, this Instagram for me is actually on my social media chopping block. And I'll tell you about that in just a minute. My social media chopping block. And I'll dive into that. So income, here's the income. We have right here, 44% of households' annual income is 30,000 use Instagram. Then jump up here, 60,000% of households with an annual income above 100,000 use Instagram as well. That's a high number. That's a high number. And I'll tell you why this is like that, okay? Instagram is a lifestyle app, okay? A lifestyle app is where you'll tend to see, and maybe you've noticed this, it's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of nice imagery, design. There's also a lot of lifestyle luxury. So there's a lot of aspiration. You'll find a lot of people like celebrities or wealthy people, sometimes a lot of them over in wealthy countries or wealthy states, such as like California. So things like that, people tend to post more heavily. Wealthier, affluent individuals with higher annual incomes post more heavily because Instagram tends to be a show it all, show me what you got lifestyles. This is why people tend to go to Instagram for these types of things. They're the most watched, most liked pictures and most viewed videos, Insta stories are of the lifestyle, okay? And lifestyle, living this luxurious lifestyle. So you'll tend to find that more common on this app. And so that has a good correlation, right? You have most people who are earning lots more income, a higher income, and then you have a lot more younger users, right? So you have younger users trying to make, either more money or admiring that lifestyle, all that kind of stuff, right? But then you have a lot of older generation who's like, why would I post that, right? So you can see there's a difference there. Okay, then gender, we have 51% of female and 49% are male, not a very big gap at all. Time, 1 hour a day on the platform, which is about 30 minutes more than Facebook. Business and shopping. This is another level where Facebook hasn't really gotten to this point. An estimated 71% of businesses have Instagram accounts. 83% on Instagram users say they discover new products and services on Instagram. It's a very high number. This type of shopping, though, is primarily for goods and services. A lot of goods, new products are sold on there. So anything something's buying something physically is heavily sold on Instagram. A product, a showcase, a new widget, whatever it may be, is very a great avenue to do that. Good place to display. So most followed accounts, no way. Cristiano Ronaldo, a Portuguese man. Can you imagine? Let's give it up for the Portuguese man. Can we get a hand clap? Can somebody give me a hand clap? Can I get a hand clap here? Can somebody give me a hand clap? Where's the hand clap? Let me give it an applause. Thank you. Thank you so much for the Portuguese man. Had to get that in there. Then we have Ariana Grande with 169 million followers. Selena Gomez, 156. So as you can see, these are already, big celebrities. This one's an athlete. All right, let's dive into Pinterest. We're gonna kind of go over this just a little bit faster. 300 million active users. 15% of 65 plus, 27, and a lot more younger users on Pinterest. Really interesting to see the households, 18% of households on under 30,000. And this is actually, I can understand this to be true because actually Pinterest has a lot of high-end goods, much more, for higher income. So this is actually more common. Middle class and above tend to use more Pinterest in that regard. So I don't know if you've experienced that or if you've used it, but you can just tell even by these statistics here that you have people, let's say incomes of about 75K or above are using it more often. Okay. And yes, this is very true. Most females are using Pinterest. Yes, that's those facts have been there for quite some time. Even when Pinterest first came out, I think even a lot of men were saying, I don't need that women's app or something like that. And it's not the case at all. But if you're in design, there's a lot of design work in multiple verticals. Not only creative design, interior design, artistic design, digital design. There's a lot of artwork and design and a lot of good stuff on Pinterest. I personally don't use it, but I will share that in just a few minutes. Average time is less than 15 minutes. 15 minutes, very low, awareness time on that device. 80% of users are using it. Business and shopping. 90% of weekly pinners use Pinterest to make a purchase decision. And Pinterest drives 30% more traffic to shopping sites than Facebook. All right. Let's jump to Twitter. Twitter demographics makes it possible to practically any person or business. Let's go. 330 million active users. Here is the age group right here. This is really important because if you're marketing in your real estate business to people, motivated sellers or people looking to buy real estate, I mean, we have to look at these demographics here. I mean, if you're maybe doing rentals, maybe more rentals would be in this demographic rather than maybe someone who's looking to retire, right? So you wouldn't really use that avenue. Okay. So those are just some certain things you want to look at. Look at the income of people, the gender, 50-50 on Twitter. Time, 4 minutes per session. This is why Twitter ads flopped, guys. I don't know if you heard that, but they tried to launch Twitter ads. I know some people are still using it. And I believe it's still available, but from when Twitter ads first came out compared to like Facebook ads and YouTube ads and stuff like that, this one failed miserably. Why? Because attention is just in the toilet, right? 4 minutes. Most followed accounts, Barack Obama, Katy Perry, and Justin Bieber. All right, we're going to jump down to LinkedIn. 303 million monthly active users. Here's the age group right here, which tends to be right about here. Look at this, 25 to 34, where people are maybe starting or launching their careers, just getting out of university and now launching their career. A lot of people use LinkedIn, corporate world, so that has a big impact right there. Look at the incomes right here, right, guys? We have low end on the 27%. Look at this, 3.8% for this income bracket. However, 100,000 and above, 60%. 80,000. Let's just look at 70% and above, 70,000 and above. 49%, 40% of household income with 60K and above. Look at this, 40% to 60% are all people who make above the national average in the United States. National average is about 50K a year. So notice how people of who are in maybe corporate America are using more LinkedIn. They have higher annual incomes, okay, high household incomes. All right, something to keep in mind. Mostly males are on LinkedIn, okay, compared to women. And average time on LinkedIn users, 6 minutes and 7 seconds per session. 6 minutes, guys. A lot longer than Twitter, right? A lot longer than Twitter. But the retention rate, and I believe, and I don't know this right now, it's been a while, and I'll tell you why. But from what I last heard is that I remember when LinkedIn launched their ads, it didn't go so well. Also, I don't have updated information, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Most followed accounts: Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and Ariana Huffington. 24 million we got there. All right, let's go to YouTube. YouTube demographics. We have YouTube has 2 billion monthly active users. Hold on a second. Let's go back to Facebook. Facebook has 2.5 billion, and YouTube has 2 billion. Look at that. That's like the two big boys right there in the industry. 2 billion monthly active users. Let's look at age group, okay? 81% are children, are kids, excuse me, not children, but young kids, 15 to 25. Obviously, we cannot register children under the age of 13 who are watching YouTube Kids, but I know that the children demographic on YouTube is extraordinarily high, but we're starting at 15 to 25 is 81%. 26 to 35, 71%. And as we go down, notice how the 58% is 56 and above. But we got some big pull in this in these demographics right here, right? It's big pull in numbers. That really helps depending on who you're marketing. Now, also, we'll dive into this in a second. Hold on. Income. Let's look at income. Very high across the board, 80% and above, no matter what income level is using that. 50% of YouTube users are female. I don't know why they left out the male. On average, 11 minutes and 43 seconds per day. 11 minutes and 43 seconds per day. Think about that, guys. 70% are on mobile devices. Highest, well, this is old. This is definitely not PewDiePie anymore. Dude Perfect, and I don't know, Bada Bun. I don't know who that is. But now PewDiePie is not the most followed. I believe it's the Indian music channel. I just forgot the name. T-Series. I believe T-Series is the most. Okay, and then we have Snapchat. All right, 210. Let's just dive into the most important things. Ages 15 to 25 has the highest bracket. So guys, look at it this way. In real estate, right? If you were trying to build an audience for real estate, and maybe you're trying to work with sellers or work with buyers, and everybody's talking about Snapchat, right? Snapchat this, Snapchat that. Do you have a Snapchat? Well, guess what? The majority of the population for using the demographics for Snapchat are mostly people under the age of 30, okay? Most of them are under the age of 30. And then people above the age of 36 and above hardly use Snapchat. So keep that in mind. Income levels, as we can see here, this is kind of across the board. Those numbers, 30%, don't really move that much. Gender, 61% are female, 38% are male. 30 minutes per day on the platform. Guys, that's huge. But remember, the majority of the population that are using, the majority of users, I keep saying population, the majority of users that are using Snapchat is 30 minutes a day, but they're all younger people, right? They're all younger people. That's the majority. So that's what's happening. All right, now let's. This is, by the way, from Kuros. I just want to, since we covered a lot there, I want to just jump into also Sprout Social. They're a very active social media business, and they have an app and a service provider. So they're really good. But let's just look at a few things, and we'll jump over to one more, and I'm going to talk to you about the chopping block that I have in my own business. But this is a breakdown of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, just looking at it differently from a different type of graph. You're going to see among the US adults which percentage they use each day: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, right? And then you're seeing how many times they use it: several times a day, about once a day, less often, right? You have these graphs here. And this probably also comes from Pew Research, which I was about to get to next. Maybe I should just jump to Pew Research, because I pulled this up because Pew Research has probably the best research out there. And I could just jump over to this one as well. And we can see by age, race, gender, income, education, and community, we can see the age that's using social media by the age. As you can see here, we have, let's see if we can pull it up in different graphs. Okay, it's probably better this way. We can see that 18 to 29, how all these numbers have grown, by the way, up to 2018. And we can see the age groups, primarily the age group of 18 to 29 has, skyrocketed over the years. Then we can look at gender. We can see those are pretty much similar right there. Okay, then we can look at income. We see anyone with less than 30,000. They're all pretty much even, though. They're not that different in regards to income levels, right? They're all pretty much, so all income levels are using it. Then we look at race. That's all very similar. That's not an issue there. Gender, very similar. The biggest one is going to be age. You see the biggest jumps here. We see big gaps, and that's really important. That's really important for your research, because when you're buying and selling property, you got to know who you're targeting, right? All right, so we've covered a lot. And by the way, if you want to go deeper into this, you can cover pewresearch.org and just type in, the fact sheet for social media. It's right on their website, and you can dive a little deeper into this. I am going to just cover a few more things, and then I will tell you about chopping block and how you can narrow this down to your real estate investing business. Let's look at this here. How often Americans use social media sites. Let's look at, we have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And we have daily, weekly, and less often. So less often, we have weekly, pretty consistent amongst age groups of, let's see, if you look at YouTube, we're looking at 80% and above. If we look at the daily, that's pretty much daily amongst those age groups right there, right? So across all age groups, that's pretty much happening. Although, yeah, it's not too old. And then that's it for Pew, for the Pew. Then let's jump down here. Here's something I want to show you right here in a different graph, back to Sprout Social, okay, is the primary users of Facebook are female, and primarily are running between the ages of 18 to 29, okay, and 30 and 49. We see 79% matching there for Facebook, okay? These are things you can break down that you would want to look at for whenever you're starting to, do your marketing. Here's leading countries based on Facebook actual size in 2020 in the millions. India is leading, and United States is right behind them, and so on for down the list there. Okay, another thing, again, you want to look at is also, and this is just Facebook. I mean, we can go on and on. So here is something, again, with Instagram, more females than males, but notice how the age bracket is a lot higher. 13 to 17-year-olds, 72%. 18 to 29-year-olds, 67%, right? So it goes down as the population gets older. So, and you can look up more of these stats. I'll post the Sprout Social because it takes the Pew data and it breaks it down a little bit more with graphs, easier to understand. But let me tell you something, guys. What's really important about this is knowing your target audience and where do they sit? Where do their eyeballs go on a regular basis? If you're targeting folks who are looking to retire, are you going to start posting and marketing on Snapchat? Right? Even though everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Snapchat. Are you on Snapchat? I remember my buddy Gary was like on Snapchat like every day, and he's like, buddy, you got to get on Snapchat. And I'm like, why would I get on Snapchat? What is going on Snapchat? Right? And so, so what do? I test it. I see what's going on. Ugh. I went to research. I said, who is on this Snapchat? Who is the target audience? What are they doing on it? What are they gaining from it? And how is this going to help me serve my clients? Are my clients or potential clients spending time on Snapchat? And the reality is, when I did the research, the answer is no. The answer is no. My clients are not there. So here's what I did, guys. Starting in 2016 into 20 now, mostly 2019. I have one more on the chopping block. I think what I started to do was just get out of social media. I was traveling many years ago, and I remember this moment pretty vividly. I was traveling with my good friend and old boss, Dave Lindahl, and I'll never forget this because he was on stage at a panel, and I was traveling with him all over the country. And I was in the back and he was in the front. I remember I was on my phone and I could hear the panel, what was going on. And this gentleman comes up on and the microphone asks Dave specifically a question. The question was, Dave, you have over 8,000 apartments and I can imagine you're so busy doing your day to day. How do you spend all this time on social media, posting and all this stuff? And I started to laugh under my breath. I'm like, this guy doesn't know what's going on here. So then Dave started laughing. He's like, listen, he's like, I don't even know the passwords to my social media. He's like, I don't even touch it. He's like, my team does that. He's like, I'm not good at it. I don't want to be on it. He's like, that's not where my time is best spent. And he was right. And it was like a big aha moment for the guy who was asking the question, because he's like, whoa, because he even said, he's like, I got like 10 social medias. And guys, at the same, looking back and reflecting, there was a time in my life I had a good chunk. I think I had like 8 or 9. I mean, I had, all of the ones that plus WeChat, plus what was the other one? I forget. There was a whole bunch. So this is what I did. Back in 2016, I started chopping them up. I said, you know what? I'm done with you. The first one was LinkedIn. Why? Because I'm not in corporate America, and even if when I raise money, I don't need to go tap into social media. I have done that before in the past, but I didn't really like it. And I knew that my target audience, when it comes to raising private money, I have my way, I have my formula, I have my method, and it's not through LinkedIn. So what did I do? I canceled my LinkedIn account. Done. One. Next, cancel my WeChat account. Canceled. Done. Next, I canceled or I got off of Twitter. Bloop. Done. Why? Because the average person spends less than 3 minutes on Twitter, and my audience wasn't really going there. That's not where I wanted to, take care of my audience. If they're only spending 3 minutes on Twitter, guys, I want you to think about that. A lot of people just read tweets and reply back to tweets or post a tweet, and then they're done. They're out. They're in and they're out of Twitter. And there's a lot of like this quick commenting, like whatever. I don't even know all the details of how Twitter works, but for my audience, it's not what I was looking for. So Twitter went, and then there was another one. Oh, and then like I told you, my buddy Gary was telling me, oh, you got to be on Snapchat. So I tested it out. I'm like, no, not for me. Got off Snapchat. And I tested it literally for like a week. I gave it 7 days. And then I was out of that one. And then I slowly said, okay, where is my target audience? Where do they spend the most time? Where am I going to spend the most time? And one of the biggest thing, guys, that I did for me, and I kind of narrowed this down to literally like, I'm down to 3 social medias, which is YouTube. Hey, YouTube. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And then WhatsApp. And WhatsApp is primarily a messenger service, even though I don't think it's considered a social media app, but it's not. It's more of a messenger service. And I use WhatsApp mostly for Uganda, the eastern part of the world, whether it's Asia or Uganda or even a little bit of Europe. So so I started chopping them all down, the social medias. And one of the biggest things that I've done, which I absolutely love, is I have cut out in Facebook, is because I was just overwhelmed. I was literally overwhelmed. I was using Facebook and I had all these friends. First of all, I had like over 5,000 friends. I maxed it out, and that was a combination of me and my assistant, and we were just accepting everybody. And a lot of those people, yes, I knew them by seeing them at a live event. They saw me speak and they like, oh, let me search this guy. Let me add him as a friend. All right. So we added everybody. Then with over 5,000 friends maxed out, right? Because the Facebook only allows you 5,000 friends in your personal profile. I would start seeing all these people's posts and whatever they wanted to post that day, whatever was on their mind, I would be seeing. And at the same time, I'm hearing people say, yeah, clients are on Facebook and your audience, and you can grow your business through Facebook. I'm like, what? All I'm seeing is opinions and this and that. How is this helping me grow my business? I'm trying to run businesses here and all. How does it work? Right. So then I hired a real estate coach. This was about 20. Did I just say a real estate coach? I hired a Facebook coach. And this was back, it was just for 1 month to really, kind of clean it up, go through it, analyze it, scrub it up a little bit. And I think it was 2017, 2018. What we did was we unfriended everybody, literally everybody, up to 30 people, because Facebook doesn't allow you to, unless you're going to delete your account. But if you're unfriending people, you have to have a minimum of 30 people. Ask me how I know. So I unfriended everybody, and then I slowly started adding people back. That's one thing I did. By the way, I'm speaking for a personal profile. The next thing I did, and still to this day, is we have a process where we unfollow. You can add a friend, and you can be a friend, but we unfollow everybody, okay? The only things that we follow are the groups that we are in. So Kaisha mentioned earlier how she loves Facebook groups and the power of Facebook groups. And I think Facebook has done a great job of being groups. Even Mark Zuckerberg mentioned how the future of Facebook is groups, right? Because it's communities. And he keeps talking about communities and groups and how they want to make groups even better. So I really think that's the most powerful thing about Facebook. The news wall is just inundated. It's just a mess to me. It's a mess. It's just got a whole bunch of going on. So the only things I follow are just a few certain groups. That's it. That's my only notifications. So I'm not seeing posts from all these different angles. I literally am very focused. My few masterminds, my marketing group, the Fearless Millionaire group, that's it. Like maximum 5-6 groups. That's it. It's very specific. And when I'm going into Facebook, it's very specific, listening for problems, helping people out, diving deep. Does that make sense? It's very strategic. And then for Facebook marketing, which I love, if you've never used Facebook ads, very strong, very powerful, because you can get into the demographics as well as psychographics of the individuals that you're targeting. Very powerful. So I narrowed it down to Facebook. I narrowed it down to YouTube. And those are the two major platforms that I decided to use and get really good at. Good at not only to build an audience, but also to impact people's lives and also to provide meaningful content that can help people, right? Does that make sense? So that's what I've done. Now, there's one more lingering around. There's Instagram. And Instagram, because it's connected to Facebook, I still said to myself, okay, is this an avenue that we're going to do? Is this something I can implement, or is this a distraction? Is it a distraction? So we don't spend a whole bunch of time on Facebook, on Instagram. But I've had one of my good friends who said, you know what, keep it there, let it be there. But if you're going to use it, maybe use it in the future. It's just something that's not on our radar right now. And this is very important. This is the same with real estate strategy. When you're thinking about investing in real estate, there's like 100 ways to skin this fish we call real estate. And there's so many ways to invest in real estate, from self-storage to land to single-family real estate. Some words like lease options and co-wholesaling to wholesaling. And for apartments, right? And I could go on and on. There's so many different ways to do real estate, okay? The reality is, if you're trying to do all of them at the same time, you're not going to get much progress. It's the same with social media. If you're on all these social media platforms, you're not going to get the most you want and can out of that social media. Does that make sense? So you really want to narrow it down. You want to get really focused and dive really deep. This is what clarity is all about. And when you have that type of clarity, it will increase your confidence in not only in the platform, but in what you're trying to get out of it. And I have to say, out of YouTube and Facebook, and this is something I really evaluated with my team about a year ago, I said, where have the majority of our leads come from? The majority of our leads, where have they come from? So we started looking, we analyzed everything, and we said Facebook and YouTube. And I said, that's it. That's all we're doing. And that's when we just started cleaning up everything else. And we said, no, this is our only avenues. Now, guys, this is really important also for the future of your real estate business. Years ago, 7 years ago, I'm going to say 7 to 10. Let's say, yeah, that's more realistic. Sorry, when it comes to dates, I can be a little, not confused, but I always, it's amazing. Here's what I think about. I look back in my life and I'm like, gosh, I moved to Uganda in 2013. It feels like yesterday. It really does. It feels like yesterday. So I'm like, wow, that was 6 years ago. Right? 7 years ago now, you see? It's like, that was 7 years ago, right? Good Lord. It's like it goes by so fast. So anyway, a number of years ago, I started dissecting exactly what social medias I'm using and what am I going to use to grow the business. And those have been the two that have been the best. Same thing with real estate. There are many different strategies. Narrow it down to one. Get really, really good at it, especially if you're just starting off. Narrow down to one strategy. Get really good at it. Make a bunch of money at it. And then branch off into another strategy. And then branch off into another social media. Does that make sense? So get really good and master a strategy, make money at it, and then launch into another one. That's the best thing you can do. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope that you can really decide in the next day or two what social medias work best for you. Write them out, look at them, and start deleting apps. That's literally what I've done. By the way, one more tip I want to give you that is amazing. I have my, what do you call it? The silencer. I can have it turned on, okay? I can have it turned on and I can have it turned off. Most of the time I have it on. But guys, I don't hear a ding or a ping at all. At all. I don't hear ding, ping, ding-a-ding-a-ding, right? I hear none of that, okay? And the reason why is if you look at the majority of the things that I use, all the notifications are turned off. I wish I had my plug. I could probably show you that a bit more. Sorry, I didn't plug up my phone. I could have showed you differently. But every app, most of the sound effects, the notification sounds are turned off. I don't want to be the one to go, because with social media, this is like crazy, right? Especially if you have 5 apps going on at the same time. All of a sudden, you get a vibration or you get a ding and a ping and you're picking up your phone. What is it? Then a few minutes later, another ding and a ping, right? And this is just nonstop. This is a waste of time. It literally is a waste of time. Someone is pulling you and distracting you. What you really want to do is allocate your time to social media a specific time of the day. If you want to look at it 2 or 3 times a day, that's fine. Maybe you pick certain times of the day, right? And then if you want to, maybe watch a few videos, pick a certain time of the day. But if you're constantly responding to people when your phone goes off, guess what? They're just taking your mind from a whole nother direction. So I can literally have my silencer on. I can have it turned on, and you won't hear. It's been on this whole time. You didn't hear any pings or dings because the sounds are not on. Now, if I click it off, things will vibrate, but there's no notifications on. That's what I do. I shut them all off, because you got to be focused in life. You got to be focused. If you're going to increase your business, if you're going to try to make more money, if you're going to try to do more deals, you don't want things distracting you, right? I mean, there's not much time left. There is not much time left. You really got to push it, right? I mean, guys, think about that. I know the majority of you guys who I have been following along, you're over the age of 25 years old. Games are over. It's time to get serious. It really is. It's time to get serious about your life and what you want to do. No one knows when they're checking out, right? No one knows the date of when they're checking out. But the reality is, you don't have much more time, right? That's the truth of it. So if you really want to make more money, you want to change your financial future, you got to get serious about it. You got to say, look, who knows? I got 30 years left, 40 years left. You want to take your average and how many years you think you have left? Then fine. Count back from there. My good friend just sent me this post, and he said, this is a really cool idea, and it's a big poster. I love the idea. I have even another idea. You probably think it's psychotic, but I literally have a ticker on my desktop that shows how many more days, minutes, seconds that I have left to live. Guys, I don't know. I could walk outside in 1 hour and get hit by a car and die. But all it does for me, it says, I don't got much time. You don't got much time. And the reason why I do that for me is because Nathan is like the king of procrastination. The king. I got an award for procrastination. So what I like to do is I like to have it in front of me that, listen, I don't have much time. I got to do this. I got to make something happen, right? Things have to move along. Let's go, right? Does that make sense? So you need to put that in front of you. If you're over the age of 25 and you're following along, guess what? You need to speed things up. You need to get to $1 million faster, not because of earning $1 million. No, it's the person that you become in the journey. Like I told you before, my late mentor, Jim Rohn, once told me, set your goal for $1 million because it's the man that you're going to become on the way to $1 million. Does that make sense? And still, I'll never forget the words to $1 million. Till this day, I even have a hashtag to $1 million because it never left my mind about setting your sights to $1 million. When I was working with Jim Rohn in my early 20s, when I was working with him, it was like, yeah, I need to do that. I need to set a higher goal because it's the person that you become. That means you read more. And I don't mean read without application, folks. I don't mean listen more without application. I'm talking about read and apply. Read and apply. Listen, every time you go to the bathroom, you should come out a smarter person. Every time you go into the bathroom, you should come out a smarter person. Seriously, you take that time, you become more educated. I mean, we call it, poop time, whatever. Poop education, whatever you need to do. Before, for me, it used to be Toyota University. Toyota University for me was when I used to deliver newspapers every morning and I used to drive around and I'd be there for 2 or 3 hours listening to personal development CDs. And I called it Toyota University because I had a beat up 1989 Toyota Corolla. And that's super, super important. Kaisha was saying that's actually how she gets distracted. Yeah, it's true. It's true. All your notifications. Yeah, great. Yeah, see phone calls or email. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to set times with you. By the way, just for an addition thing, if you guys didn't hear me say this, was it yesterday? That we were talking about yesterday how I cut my cell phone bill off and all that stuff. But another thing too is I use the ATA method. ATA, appointment to appointment. Okay, appointment to appointment. Random phone calls, they go to voicemail. Unless it's my family, right? Unless it's family, I gotta pick, I'm picking up, right? Emergencies and all that stuff. But appointment, if you're not on an appointment, I'm not talking to you. I have a calendar, you book an appointment, we set a time, right? Because if you get in the habit of taking anything at any time, guess what? Anything can interrupt you. And then you're not focused. What I discovered years ago is clarity is the most important thing you can have. If you are clear on your mission, wait, hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. We need a little music. This is where we need a full-time producer. No, but seriously, I just want to make a very important part right here. Very important point is that if you have complete clarity, you'll be able to say no to distractions. When you are focused, let's say on single family real estate and you're about flipping real estate, and that's all you're gonna do, lease options real estate, that's all you're gonna do. If someone comes along and says, oh look, I have this self-storage building that can make you $60,000 and yada, 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 you can say, no, I'm not doing that. If you're focused in apartments and you're doing apartments and someone comes along and says, look, I have 50 acres of land and you can take this land and do something with it. You can subdivide it. You can make $300,000. What are you going to do? Right? When you are super clear on your mission and what you're doing, you can just, everything else is a distraction and you can just be laser-like focused and just dive right in. And that's what you have to do. To get mental clarity, you have this laser-like focus on what you're going for. And if you need to, you put it on your vision board. You get super focused on your vision so that not everything else is a no. It's a distraction. Oh, that doesn't look like my goal. That 50 acres that subdivision doesn't look like my goal. This doesn't look like my goal. No. Boom, that is my goal. I keep moving forward to make it happen. You guys like the music in the back? Yeah, I like it too. It's actually the music. It's the instrumental version of the new music that we have coming out on on Sidelines. So Sidelines is coming out in June. Hope you guys will get a chance to listen to that. If you haven't heard our Fearless Millionaire music, we play it here at the beginning, but you can also listen to it on Apple Music, Tidal, or Spotify, or Pandora, any of your music services that you like to listen to. You can listen to that. And guys, one last thing, I just want to share with you a success story from one of my clients. He's bought a property for, I'll tell you right now, he bought a property, he got a property for $15,000 after all is said and done. He sold it for $45,000, but we gotta take out expenses. So it's 45 minus 19, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so minus $18,000. Okay, so 45,000 minus $18,000. Guess what? He walks away $27,000. You see that? $27,000. I'm so happy for my client. I'm really excited for him. That is fantastic. And in the future, what I'd like to do is probably have him on here as an interview and share his story, what he's done. By the way, if you want to see more of those success stories, how I help my clients gain more clarity, build more confidence, and get that moolah, cash show. Where's my cha-ching? I still don't have my cha-ching. I still don't have it. We'll have to get it. But how I help my clients gain more clarity, build their confidence, and gain more cash flow, you can check over our website. It's at fearlessmillionaire.com, fearless-millionaire.com. You can go there and check out the success stories and read about them and see what they've done. And also, if you need coaching one-on-one to help you build your real estate investing business, and more, maybe just get really narrow and focused, and you can book a free consultation call. We can help you get really focused on a strategy, and then we can help you get started in launching and building your real estate investing business. Guys, I'm so happy that you have joined in today and followed along. Thank you so much for the comments. You guys are rock stars. You guys are rock stars. So let's get free. Let's end it off with a little
Already packing, come
music.
with me.
And like I said, guys,
I'm
thanks so
not
much for
really
joining in.
asking.
Tomorrow,
We'll get
actually,
away
what's tomorrow? Tuesday.
to a place where we
Wednesday.
don't
What day is it?
know.
Thursday, we have a special guest coming on that I really looking forward to.
About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for.
So come on tomorrow and Thursday, we got a special guest coming out.
Take
And
my hand, we'll make
don't
it
forget to get
somehow.
the
We
giveaway
can't miss
over
out.
on, don't forget to get over to this website on the giveaway and enter to win. We just added some new entries and ways you can get in. I think we have over 15 people now who have entered to win. So get back in there. You still have a great chance. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining in. I will see you real soon. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.
I'm a fearless millionaire.
I am 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 a fearless millionaire.
You can do this. I believe in you. You can do this. I believe in you.